being afraid to do X, Y, or Z. What a waste of time, energy, potential, in anything in life, any decision in life. If I can overshare personally, I'm a cancer survivor. I have lymphoma. I went through chemo 3 years ago, stem cell transplant. Kicking the pants, man. The interesting thing. I was diagnosed in 2009, and it's like one of the rare types where you actually, it's like, okay, cool your jets. We did this watchful waiting thing for the better part of 4 years, almost 5 years, 4 years, because it's so slow moving, unless it metastasizes into something different. Chemo works by killing fast-growing cells, and it doesn't work effectively on non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which I have, because it's so slow-moving. My oncologist, my third oncologist, told me that, you very well may die of old age with this, unless the bad thing, the bad luck for me was that it transformed. It transformed into something more aggressive. In my chest, and I started to fill up with fluid, and chemo worked like a charm for me. I had a very easy time with it. Whatever they had going on for their anti-nausea medication was working for me. But then I'm a marvel of medical technology. They now have a genome test, and I have a certain marker that makes the type of transformation that I had more prevalent. And so I went through a stem cell transplant, which I didn't know what it was. That was harvest your own white cells. Actually, you were given drugs to produce them. They harvest them, get on this like dialysis type machine, but through with blood. And then they give you, what the unsavory way to say it is, a lethal dose of chemotherapy, and it kills everything. My immune system went to zip. I had 0 white blood, and then they put your harvested stem cells back in your system and rebuild your immune system. I had to get all of my childhood immunizations again, et cetera, et cetera. But this is, you could look at this, I'm not being too airy-fairy, philosophically, you could look at this as a gift, because, I could die walking across the street, hit by a car, whatever, there's no guarantees. But it really does change your perspective on life, and how much time that you assume that you have. I'm no different than anybody else. So it's going to catch up with me sooner or later. I hope I've got 20 years, but who knows? Who knows?